Some people look at this story in a negative way. The way I'm looking at it in a very positive way. And I think this is the right way. The meaning, Allah knows what is going to happen. But this period of time in heaven, it is like what? Educating period. What kind of life you will have if you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala properly. So we all, and I think this longing to heaven, it is in our, in a way it was implanted in our hearts and minds and soul from that minute. And regardless if you are worshipping, if you are following a book or not, if you are Jew or Christian or Muslim, even people who never believe in a religion, they always longing for some kind of happiness, which is endless and super. And there you find, the relief and the peace. So it is something implanted in human life, in a human understanding. However, so this test was meant by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So all those incidents, the test and the shaitan, when he came in and tried to seduce Eve and Adam, all these things meant to be by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because Allah, He is the one who knows everything. Who knows everything. So why is that? Again, it is a period of time to help Adam and Eve to know what they are heading to. Who is their enemy? What if they be really good following Allah's order, that they are heading to heaven, following a shaitan, seducing, they are heading to the hellfire because Allah won't be happy with them. So knowing your enemy and to get ready, knowing the life you are getting to if you are following Allah's order, these things will help you in your life and dwelling on the earth. This is my understanding, and Allah knows better. So again, the relationship between Adam and Eve, the way they've been created, according to Al-Quran says nafsan wahida. There is no clue in Al-Quran to say that she was created from him. Al-Quran says clearly, nafsan wahida, both they've been created from the same soul. Okay, saying that, we have again this hadith, and this hadith, it is on Sahih Muslim. And according to my study to this hadith, again in Sahih Muslim, it never said the rib of Adam. Okay? So sound hadith never said rib of Adam. The sound hadith says that Eve, she was created, woman, she was created from a rib. And there is no clue at all to say this was the rib of Adam. So what happened? Well, what happened that we have a story in the back of our heads, being read in At-Tabari and related to Ibn Abbas, and this was related to the Genesis chapter from the Bible. So things, in a way, again, mixed. So it is a mix. Okay? So what's happened? And it seems that it goes with people understanding with people's tradition, with the life people used to live on. Talking about Arab in general always states that men are superior to women. Is it only Arab? No. To be honest, no. You go back and you, historically speaking, you'll see that women being just treated like slaves. It was a story told, and I think it was recorded that in Britain, a man in the beginning of the 60s, I think if I'm not wrong, he didn't know that the law was changed, and he came out to the market selling his wife, because according to his understanding and people understanding that marriage, it is a kind of ownership, and the minute he is marrying you, he owns you. So this man, he came out. I think the same incident happened in France. Coming to the Arab, well, you know that some tribes used to kill women and to bury them alive. And we have a verse about that, to stop such savage treatment. Then we know that they used to marry and to divorce without giving any rights to women. We know that the man was free enough to go and to have sexual relationship outdoors and to come back at the end of the day feeling no guilt. You read this hadith was related to Aisha radiyallahu anha, when she said that marriage was, and she was talking about Arab history, was in 4 forms. The first form, that a woman, she have sexual relationship with 4 men, and if she feel pregnant, that she is and deliver the child, she is free to call him, the child, to any of those men. Again, some people, when they read this hadith, they said, oh, this is to say that Arab woman, she was free, sexually free. No, she was sexually used. And this is a very different gap between the two things. No one will tell me there in Britain that for a woman to have a sexual relationship with 4 men at a time, that she is very much honored in her community. Even with those communities who are not abide by Islam. And some of those, I'm not saying about Britain, some of those conferences which call for free sexual relationship for women, to benefit who?
Right.
Honestly, to benefit who? What kind of women? I can't, and I believe I'm not wrong, that a woman can give her heart and mind and body for or to more than 1 man at a time, unless she is. Don't tell me that this is how she's been raised by the community. Because according to all communities, if she does that, she is not, what do you say? She is not honest. I think no man will look at her and to say, okay, she is honest to me, this is why I'm 1 of 4. This is not something that any writer should say and take as an evidence to say, historically speaking, that women in Arab land, she used to be sexually free. She was not. She was used, yes. There is another form that Aisha radiallahu anha spoke about, that to have some kind of red flag on the top of her tent and to let men in, okay, to have sexual relationship with them. And then in the end of the day, if she is again feel pregnant, she is free to call him to any of those men. Okay, but again, it is to him to say, yes, I will accept or not. Because we have, historically speaking, the story of Antar ibn Shaddad. Okay, his mother was a slave, but his father never recognized him. So to recognize by the father, this is another issue. Okay, the third form of marital relationship, that if a man, he is married to a woman and he wanted to have a different kind of children, for example, if he's brown and want to have very white child, and he can't have such a child, in this case, he'll send his wife after she finished her period, and to tell her, you go, literally speaking, tabadda'i, you buy, just like you buy, exchange. You go and you spend the night in this man's house. Perhaps he's a very honorable man. Perhaps he's the one who can speak in a very nice way, beautiful, handsome, from a high rank. Go and have a sexual relationship, and it is to him, later on the husband, to touch her after she come back, or to wait till she delivered, to make sure that she is pregnant. And he is going to call the son and to give the son his name. Lastly, the fourth form, and Aisha said it is the way you are having your marriages. If a man like a woman and he feels that woman, he is admiring some woman, he is going to her father, her brother, her grandfather, her wali, the other male relative who is responsible for her in a way, and he is going to propose for her, and then they have this marital relationship, which is the form that was agreed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and by Islam. Why is that? Because we want to make sure, Islam wants to make sure, the state of Islam wants to make sure that your rights is there. So it is not only to have a sexual relationship. What about children? What about having your own rights from that man? Your dues. Not to have a sexual relationship and to fly away, and not to feel responsible for you, or to be to feel that there is a kind of commitment, you say, with you. So you need that. We need that, and the only way of having that is to have a proper marital relationship. Okay, this hadith which I was relating to, just to make sure that, yes, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says, ثم استوصوا بالنساء فإن المرأة خلقت من ضلع وإن أعوج شيء في الضلع أعلاه فإن ذهبت تقيمه كسرته وإن تركته لم يزل أعوج فاستوصوا بالنساء. Okay, واستوصوا بالنساء in another narration خيرا. In English it says, you men are entrusted. So it's entrusted. I love this, entrusted. You men are entrusted by God to treat you women perfectly. Perfectly. In a very high manner. This is for women were created from a rib. Concentrate on this. There is no mentioning of Adam. That you women were created from a rib. And the most curved place of the rib is its top part. Accordingly, if you try to straighten it, the rib, you will break it. If you leave it, it would stay as it is. Then he repeated, you are entrusted to treat women perfectly. In another narration, it is added, وَكَسْرُهَا طَلَاقُهَا. The breaking of this rib is divorce. Is divorce. In another narration as well, وإن تركته استمتعت به. If you leave this rib as it is, you try to enjoy with it as it is. The meaning, we have this, the acceptance. Accept me as the way I am, not the way you want me to be.
But I have a problem with this hadith and the verse of Surah An-Nisa, the first verse of Surah. Because for me, it means if the same soul, and it's the hadith says from the woman is created from a rib. So the man should be also created from a rib. So he also weak, No. It's not strong as strong. So for me, I have a problem mashing all the two together.
Yeah. Well, we both created from a single soul. That's fine. Okay. Now this hadith came to describe what kind of creation you are, what kind of person you are. That is this metaphorical way? Yes. So it is not literal one.
So it means that the story of the rib of Adam could not be taken.
Exactly. So it is metaphorical one because again it says فإن المرأة خلقت من ضلع. Okay, created from a rib. Okay, what kind? But it is the same soul. Okay, so me and the man, we both from the same soul. Okay, the material. If I take it literally, okay, he was created from a material, and I'm created from another material. This is the way? No, but I'm created in a way, in a character, and he was created differently because, again, we are talking about what we said now. It is again not only differences, but particularities. So, me, I have been created to be children. Okay, emotionally different. The way I'm thinking is different. Okay, the way I'm talking is different. So me and him, we have to, the minute we are saying that we are from the same soul, we are not saying we are the same. We are not. This is what this hadith says, that women being created from a rib. But again, there is no clue, nothing linked to Adam's rib. So make sure about this point, not to mix it again, okay? Because again, what is that? It is Israeli narration. It is the narration came from Genesis books. This is the meaning of Israeli narrations. This meaning Israeli, these are the stories of Israel, okay? And we have those such narrations in some historical books and in, of course, from the Jewish books and Christian books and even some Muslims books. As I said before, الطبري, الإمام الطبري, الإمام Ibn Kathir. And you have to remember, always Ibn Kathir copy from Al-Tabari, but with some extra addition, just by following this. I'm not saying they are exactly the same, but those narrations came with Al-Tabari, Ibn Kathir put them in as well. So this hadith says, ثُمَّ اسْتَوْصُوا بِالنِّسَاءِ فَإِنَّ الْمَرْأَ خُلِقَتْ مِنْ ضِلٍ. You men are entrusted by God to treat your women perfectly. Why is that? This is for women who were created from a rib. What kind of rib? From where? I don't know. Nothing. Okay, literally speaking, maybe. Metaphorically speaking, just to give you this notion, you are different. You have to accept her as she is. You don't expect that she is the same attitudes, the same natural, the same nature, just like you. Her ways in life the same. Her interest in certain things should be the same, just like you. No. So we are different. This is a must. Okay? Because we had this in the previous verse, which I read before, that Allah created us from a man and woman, and we have this marital relationship to make later on societies and communities. Why is that? To know each other. Why should we know each other and serve each other? Because we are different. Even in the same sex, they are not the same. Right?
Right.
Not every single man the same, just like his friend. Of course not. So when it comes to different sex, of course they are different. Do we have particularities? Of course we do. All women, they are very clever? Of course not. All women interested in makeup? Of course not. All women should not play football? Of course not. Who said that? But those particularities are respected from nations. You can't play football, mix football, men and women together, because your bodies are different. Regardless if you are Muslim or not. The same about wrestling or boxing or having heavy those holding those things. So we know that, everyone knows that we have particularities. The way you are responding to your child is different from his father response. And I love this, was circulated on Facebook, a picture of a child standing on the balcony. Okay? And they wrote some kind of lines. Very short line. This is where, and the length that he is standing. So there is no fears. But this is how the mother see that. This is true. This is very true. This is how the father will hold the child. This is how the mother will hold the child. We are talking about particularities here. A man will tell you about something, generally speaking, in short, 1, 2, 3, that's it. Okay, I need the details. But if a woman speaks, she will tell this in details, every single details. You go to the market as a woman, you stand up there for hours. As a man, generally speaking, I'm not saying there is no exceptions. Of course there is. But this is the general thing. So the other thing that here, لن تستقيم لك على طريقة, she would not keep her mood. This is how they translate it. The meaning, she is not exactly as you wish her to be. In general. Again, she has her own interest, you have yours, and you are both different. So you can't, your expectations shouldn't be really to the level to forget what she is. You know, what kind of person, what kind of creation she is. So we have to respect our particularities. Same when I'm talking about a woman. This man was created from a rib. I have to say the same thing. The meaning here is different. If I put it this way, in a simple way, straightforward way, we are different. We have, as husband and wife, to respect our particularities in creation, the way we've been created. We are not alike, but we both created from the same source, by the same God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we both serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this dunya, again, both according to our own abilities. And those abilities going in a better way, the way we've been created. Allahu a'lam. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.